What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of the Stand Up Guys podcast. Once again, I'm your host, the incomparable Zach Jones, alongside the Will Ferrell to my John C. Reilly, Lester Jones.
Hello, everybody.
Is that him on SNL with the voice
modulation, yeah.
That was a good bit. And also, rounding out the panel, we got the Ninth Wonder, Chocolate Thunder. He respects the power of the majestic ham flour. He knows the appeal of the rusty wagon wheel. The Baron of Browntown, the Duke of Dukieville, the Ayatollah of Asahola, the phenomenal A.J. Singh.
Nice.
Hello, everyone. That was pretty good.
You can definitely tell you did your homework on that.
Make a song.
I'm just waiting for that white rap train to come along.
It's got to pick up again eventually, doesn't it?
Every 10 years.
You'll be uniformly hated, and then like someone will come in right behind you, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's great."
Yeah, you'll be the guy who breaks that seal.
So, AJ, I heard a rumor that after all these weeks, you finally did it. You finally watched all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, I finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was awesome. I love that
Mission
show.
accomplished.
And I'm sad that it's over. But now I'm watching DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
So you're saying I was wrong to give up on when Ghost Rider came around?
Yeah, I mean, it does get pretty wild, but it's just so thrilling, the show. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Don't they like eventually go to space or something?
Yeah, they do. They go to space, and I didn't like that so much, but I don't know, up to season 5 is where it stays like good quality, and then season 6 and 7 are kind of rushed. You can tell they're 13 episode seasons, so they're shorter.
I will say the British chick on that show is pretty cute.
I like her; she's okay, but I'm not really into any of the girls in that show.
Yeah, I get it. Gay.
I said girls, right?
And you weren't into them.
Did you try Wonder Woman?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna plan on it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not doing very well.
No, it does not sound good.
The thing is, like, her and Chris Pine are both super talented, and it's still only rolling in at 60%. So you know, there's some bad writing going on.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably not their fault. It's probably some less than stellar writing. But
no, I mean they're both really good. So.
maybe before next week's show, we can all watch that and give our review.
Yeah.
Just as soon as you get HBO, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. All right, guys. Well, why don't we get into it? AJ, as tradition dictates, we'll start with you.
All right. A man decided to get his girlfriend a DNA test for Christmas. And he asked both of her parents before getting her the present just to make sure it was a good idea.
How related were they?
So that's where I thought this was going. I thought her parents were going to be cousins or something weird. But actually what ended up happening is she found that she had a half-sister. So she looked into that, and she called her mom because she'd never heard about this person. And she asked her, "Hey, do I have a half-sister?" And her mom was like, "No, you don't have a half-sister. What are you talking about?" And
Well, it would have had to have been through the dad then, right?
no, it was definitely through the mom. Like,
What? How does the mom have another kid she doesn't know about?
she knows. She was just lying. So the girl
But
asked
the boyfriend asked. Like, that's the whole purpose of asking, right? It's like, she's not going to find out this isn't her dad or anything. That's why you ask.
That's the crazy part. The mom should have known like right away, like, no, don't do that. But she let him do it. So the test comes back. She has a half sister, and so she asks her mom because it turns out that the father is listed as another guy.
Right.
So she knows it's her mom who's probably related to this kid.
Okay.
So she asks her, and her mom's like, first she denies it. Then she's like, she hears the name of the guy. She's just John Smith or whatever.
Yeah.
And the mom is like, what are you talking about? And so then the mom finally comes out and admits that she had left, they had broken up, her and the girl's father,
right.
For one weekend. And she went back to her ex for that one weekend and then got back together with her boyfriend after that. And here's what the amazing thing is. Her husband never found out that she was pregnant or had a child.
How?
It was a secret for 30 years.
They were together while she was pregnant?
The article doesn't explain how he didn't know.
Well, I've never watched it, but I think there's like a TLC show or one of those things that called didn't know I was pregnant or something. Because some women just they
don't
barely
very
show it.
much.
Yeah.
So if you wear some floppy clothes, they're like, oh, you're getting kind of fat, honey.
Comes out in the toilet.
Huh.
A baby. And
Toilet baby.
It is crazy though that they could be like intimate with each other and everything, and he never even noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, what's crazier to me is that one weekend she was like, I can't go without sex for one weekend.
And make it unprotected.
Yeah, make it unprotected. My goodness. And then she was like, don't tell your father. I mean, that's a bold woman. She could murder somebody and walk away from it.
Oh, speaking of like, like not knowing. So this dude was like, he was married to this woman for like years. And like, at one point he found out that she was a dude. So how do you hide that?
Yeah. Maybe she was really good at passing. It's because there are like people who are post-op who are very, like they look like women.
Yeah, but you just like slip the beehole every time you're together?
Probably like have one of those made, what are they, like inverted penises, I think, or whatever they are.
I have no idea.
I mean, I definitely remember seeing like a Jerry Springer back in the day that was like, that situation of people that were dating, but not people that had been like married.
Been together for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, how does that happen? I do wonder, like, with all these like people taking DNA tests, it probably is going to be even tougher for there ever to be a huge serial killer, because like if they cut a killer's DNA, like even if their DNA wasn't on file, they could probably find somebody who's
you're gonna
a
have
relative,
a cousin or somebody.
Yeah, that took a test, and they're gonna find you based on that.
I think that happened with the Golden State Killer. Like it turned out he was a cop. And,
yeah, they got one of his relatives, and
his
then
niece.
They had to go get his DNA from his garbage to prove it. But yeah.
Yep, so they caught him, and that's crazy, man. Like, what, 20, 30 years later or something.
Yeah, DNA, some of those old cases where they can dig up the DNA is powerful.
Yeah, I heard about I don't know if this is true, I just saw it on TikTok, but there was a guy talking about how, like, this ancestor, like a caveman type, died, like, 16,000 years ago.
Okay.
And just a few miles away, his like relative who's living today was teaching at a university.
Oh. You're the 18th cousin of a Neanderthal.
Yeah, basically, man. Like, I would be blown away. And they showed the reconstruction. Like the ancestor was black, and the guy now is white. So it's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, that'd be a pretty great find.
I have wondered like how many similar stories to that people found out that that they had brothers and things they didn't know about because they took those tests, or maybe they found out the person they were with was related on some level, or maybe their parents were related and they didn't know it.
That's the story I want to hear about. I want to see like where first cousins married each other without knowing or something.
Man, the best one ever was this like white supremacist. And he found out like he was an eighth black or something. That one was awesome.
I heard about this one couple. They were very racist.
Yeah.
And it turned out they were Jewish. And then they became very Jewish. Like super, super Jewish. Very religious.
They just have to.
They just jumped in both feet.
What would you do? Like, let's say you found like the love of your life. You guys have been together for like a year thinking about marriage, and you're like, you decide to take one of those, or you both do it, and you find out that you're cousins.
Oh man.
Like, do you just go, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, we already did it, or does it separate you because you're like, well, we can't have kids?
Well, I'm like getting to the age where like a woman my age might not be able to have kids anyway. At which point, like, What's the moral ground?
I thought you were going to say you're getting to that age where you'll settle for your
Yeah, I thought you were
You're
going to say, I'll
fucking
fuck my cousin.
It's like, we're not going to have kids.
What
Stop
age
being a
is
prude. It's like when you turn 21, you can have alcohol. When you turn 40, you can start having sex with your cousins. We don't have enough of those good birthday markers that, when you start getting a little older, you need something.
Yeah, they should have one. You know how like every anniversary people have, it's like, oh, it's the paper anniversary, it's the leather anniversary.
Right.
Like every year should be something like, oh, this is the cousin fucking anniversary, like birthday or whatever.
I mean, we all are cousins to some degree. So
I mean, the Adam and Eve thing isn't necessarily so far from the truth. We all have common ancestors.
yeah.
Genetically, we have to, but
And over time, I'm sure we've mixed back,
Yeah.
people and stuff. So
basically, you just need a certain amount of genetic variation, so you don't have issues.
yeah. I mean, what level of cousin would you be okay with?
Well, I mean, I think scientifically, second cousin's okay.
Scientifically, yeah. It's a little too close.
Socially, maybe not so much.
I think fourth cousin. That's like really pretty good distance, I'd say, genetically and everything.
If they're far enough that you don't think they'll show up at a family reunion.
If it won't get back to your family.
I mean, I'm guessing in small communities, like those thirds and fourths probably happen like more often than you even realize.
Oh yeah, I bet. I know in some Middle Eastern countries, like first cousins get married over there.
Yeah, first is pretty close. I think you can have genetic problems at first cousin, but
Yeah, you could have issues. Not for me.
good to know.
Zach, is it for you?
We'll see how desperate I am.
When you get to 40.
Yeah, when I get to 40, it's on.
They say horny 40.
All right, I guess it's time for Manifesto Round 1.
All right, so I sent you guys this question earlier. Given how COVID was treated by people and the government, how do you think a real zombie apocalypse would go?
Oh, it would be a shit show. We'd all be zombies.
You think so? I don't think so.
I don't think we all. Here's what I think would happen. I think the big cities
would be a shit.
would be fucked. And basically what would happen is like everybody would try to be getting out at once. Some of them would make it and they'd probably end up in these like little rural areas spread out. Some people high up in the government are going to be safe. And so basically what they'll do eventually is they'll just like send out a bunch of drones and then they'll make the call of, oh, this place is just too fucked. We're going to bomb all the fucking zombies out of it. And so like I think a lot of people, a shitload of people die, but eventually like there will be survivors. And then, yeah, but it'll definitely be a shit show to start out with.
Yeah, I agree. The cities. But like, I think the day that happens, like, there's people in my family, it'd be like fucking Christmas goddamn morning. It's like you breaking open the armory, you got your 1,000 guns, you got your 500,000 rounds of ammunition, and it's fucking go time, man.
I don't know, man. I see it differently. I feel like it'd be like trying to hold water with your hands like this.
Well, here's the thing. Say like we're from a small town. So say 2,000 people, and basically you just take the high ground. The zombies come. I could shoot 2,000 zombies in the head. Like I could personally do that.
Yeah, well, I guess depending on what zombie lore you're looking at, most of them aren't like going really fast. So yeah, you can mow down a lot of zombies.
And they probably don't travel very far distances either.
Right. So unless you're in like a big city, although I just watched what was the show? I watched Kingdom, which is basically an Asian movie. So with zombies, but there's also some like political intrigue. But it's definitely a really good show. It's on Netflix. And that has the fast zombies.
Oh.
So the fast zombies are scarier, definitely.
Yeah, they were an I Am Legend too.
And what's that? 28 days later.
Oh, were they
fast,
fast? Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I definitely think there's that. But there's also like if you're in the city, like there's gonna be like innocent crackheads getting mowed down.
Yeah.
Be like, bam, got the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And Grandpa gets up in his pajamas, got his hair's all fucking wild, steps out on the fucking front door. Bam. Another one bites the dust.
But it also depends how the zombie virus starts. If it just starts in one city, like one patient zero, we might be able to get it contained relative. Like, yes, there's still going to be a lot of people that die in that city, but we could probably get it contained. But if it's like something to where there's like several patient zeros like in different places, then it's going to be a situation like we're talking about.
Yeah, and what was I thinking? Oh, no, I lost my train of thought. Exciting, isn't it?
That's about it. I just want to throw that out there.
Damn, I really want to remember what I was going to say. All right.
So my first topic, this I actually thought about because over Christmas, like one of your kids like had a scooter that you were like putting together, and he's like, I feel like I've seen this before, and he was basically like saying that he had deja vu.
Yeah.
And so I got to thinking about deja vu because like I think we've all had it at different points, and it always feels like fucking strange. Like I know I've had it just like where like I'll see items like on a table arranged in a certain way or something and be like, and it'll hit me and be like, God, I swear I've seen this before. You know,
Yeah.
You always get that weird feeling. And so I was like, well, what actually causes deja vu, you know? So I dug into that a little bit. And so this is on healthline.com, and they got like a couple different theories of what causes it. So theory number one is called split perception. The theory of split perception suggests deja vu happens when you see something two different times. The first time you see something, you might take it out of the corner of your eye or while distracted. Your brain can begin forming a memory of what you see, even with the limited amount of information you get from a brief, incomplete glance. So you might actually take in more than you realize. If your first view of something, like the view from a hillside, didn't involve your complete attention, you might believe you're seeing it for the first time, but your brain recalls the previous perception even if you didn't have total awareness of what you were observing. So you experience deja vu. In other words, since you didn't give the experience your full attention the first time it entered your perception, it feels like two different events, but it's really just one continued perception of the same event. The next one is minor brain circuit malfunctions. Another theory suggests deja vu happens when your brain glitches, so to speak, and experiences a brief electrical malfunction, similar to what happens during an epileptic seizure. In other words, it can happen as a sort of mix-up when the part of your brain that tracks present events and the part of your brain that recalls memories are both active. Your brain falsely perceives what's happening in the present as a memory or something that already happened. This type of brain dysfunction generally isn't cause for concern unless it happens regularly. Some experts believe another type of brain malfunction may cause deja vu. When your brain absorbs information, it generally follows a specific path from short-term memory storage to long-term memory storage. The theory suggests that sometimes short-term memories can take a shortcut to long-term memory storage. This can make you feel as if you're retrieving a long-ago memory rather than something that happened in the last second. Another theory offers the explanation of delayed processing. You observe something, but the information you take in through your senses is transmitted to your brain along two separate routes. One of these routes gets the information to your brain a little more rapidly than the other. This delay may be extremely insignificant as measurable time goes, but it still leads your brain to read the single event as two different experiences. So, like, they have these different theories, but the truth is, like, it could be, you know, all of these, or who knows. But it is interesting.
I mean, my thought would be kind of with the second one. I always kind of thought, well, maybe not always. At some point, I started thinking that it was maybe something like that, where you get some, you know, your neurons fire, and then like some little side route gets fired, and like, yeah. So your perception is like, oh, this is old, and it's not, something like that.
Have you guys ever had the thought that, like, this is a real sci-fi thought, that, like, maybe we are in some sort of hellish, like, time loop, and we've lived these same lives, like, you know, millions of times, and at points we do just remember, like, these little flickers of living it before?
But you'd be, like, remembering the most retarded shit. Be like, I think I've seen this table before.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that usually triggers it for for me is just like, little things like that where I'm like, something's arranged in a certain way. I'm like, oh my God, I think I've seen this before,
Yeah. I did used to. There's a theory, right? Like a universal theory that the rubber band, like the universe expands and then contracts, and like it keeps happening over and over again.
Right. I think they kind of settled on that we're probably expanding. We're not going to contract again, but I'm not sure of that.
So they used to say that it like goes, expands, then contracts, then expands again.
Right. That was the one idea because they weren't sure if it was going to start collapsing back in or expand forever. So that was one of the theories. But I think not only is the universe expanding, I think it's accelerating.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
yeah, then there goes that living multiple times thing, logic.
I don't really subscribe to it, but I know there are scientists, that theorize that, maybe this is all one big simulation we're in. And if that were true,
Elon Musk.
yeah, if that were true, then it's possible that, we have been run through like this simulation many times, and maybe like certain variables changed and like we live slightly different lives or maybe even largely different lives. That's kind of freaky to think about too. Like, that if it is a simulated world, we could have been, running through like this, a million different times in a million different ways.
Well, you could. Well, I mean, I've been studying a lot of programming, and I kind of wonder if I'm getting like trapped in like a false state of thinking. But it's like because all this programming is made to copy and simulate the world. You have genetic algorithms, you have fractal, patterns, and all these programs to simulate the things that we're already living with. And it's just like it starts to turn around in your brain. Is like, are we that different from computation if we can compute some of these ideas and systems so easily?
So would you assume that our bodies are somewhere else, like the Matrix, or would you think like we're all just part of a machine?
I mean, the thing is, I don't see any reason to jump to that. Like, I mean, in theory, I guess maybe it's possible, but we've never seen any evidence for that. So it's like, why jump to that? I don't know.
I love the Matrix movies, but there is like one thing I've always wondered, which is like, how does reproduction work in the Matrix? Because like let's say in the Matrix, there's two people that fall in love, and they're like, we want to have a baby.
Right, the people on the train.
Yeah. Does that mean that like the robots, like, go to the real world, take those people's DNA, actually make a baby and then plug that baby into the Matrix, and all the while they seem like they have.
Well, the girl on the train was a program, right? Because she was getting sent back to the source, but also wasn't maybe were her parents programs?
Oh yeah, the Indian,
like they weren't real people though.
Yeah, they were programs.
They were programs.
But I'm talking about like the real people in the Matrix,
in the tanks.
It's like are the machines like always watching them be like, oh, they just had unprotected sex. We're gonna like use this algorithm to say like, it's one of those things that like if you think about it a lot, it kind of like breaks down the movie, but you just let it pass.
It's all falling apart. And they stab a needle in your balls and take out the semen.
I mean, that's what they got to be doing, right?
They're just jerking you off. The old-fashioned
robot arms.
All right, he thinks he's having sex. Now's the time.
Bald, hairless body.
It's just some old guy jerking you off. You think you're with a beautiful woman.
It's a living.
He's hacking it up.
It doesn't pay much, but I like it.
It's my passion.
All right, AJ, I'll send it back to you.
All right, so yeah, speaking of programming and stuff, video gaming. KFC is coming out with a video game console. Yep, that's right. And part of it will be a chamber that you put your chicken in, and it heats it up for you. And then let me see the specs on this bad boy.
Is this written by The Onion?
No, this is real. The system has smooth and fluid high frame rate gameplay at up to 240 frames per second for all games, with support for 240 hertz output on 4K displays. They haven't said when they're going to release this console, but yeah, I mean, hopefully soon, right? Christmas already passed, so we're going to be late on that, but the KFC console.
They should come up with a more clever name for it. I don't know what it would be.
Well, KF console is what they call it.
Oh, KF console.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky Fried Console. You know, speaking of KFC, they're doing some weird marketing shit because I saw on, maybe it was like a Twitter ad or something, Lifetime made like this short movie that was basically it had Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell playing Colonel Sanders. It was like some romantic movie with the Colonel and some woman, like some sort of cross promotion between Lifetime and KFC.
Wow, good for them. You know, like,
I guess if you get Lifetime to pay for half of your marketing costs.
Actually, you know what? Maybe if there's someone where where we can watch that for free, we should do like a mini like how did this get made on the podcast, because that's got to be a shit show.
Mario Lopez is he's just murdering it with these Hallmark Channel and ABC Family.
Oh yeah, I bet he can't get work anywhere else. Probably him and who's that guy on Lois and Clark?
Oh,
Dean
yeah,
Cain.
Dean Cain.
Yeah, anytime you're like, hey, where did this popular person from the 90s go? That's usually the answer. Melissa Joan Hart, she does like a million of those.
She was in one with Mario Lopez.
That chick that played like the Kirk Cameron's sister from Full House, she does like a million of those.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Hallmark, they know where to get their C-list actors.
Still, you know, that's a better job than most, you know.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
go make a shitty movie and act terribly in it.
I'll star opposite of Mario Lopez.
Your beard's so scratchy.
It is
best
scratchy,
Christmas
but it
ever.
gives good back rubs.
The beard gives good back.
That's from a Canteen Boy sketch on SNL. All right. Let's see. Anything else on that one, or you guys?
That's it.
Oh, Manifesto round 2 then.
So a man dressed as Santa Claus on a powered parachute, you know, like the parachute with the big fan that got people right around. So the dude's dressed as Santa Claus, and he crashes into the power lines. I just picture when he's got the whole like fucking setup and the parachute, they're all just dangling from these power lines in Northern California. So it said like 200-300 people were out of power. So I don't know if that was like caused by the accident or if they shut it off so they could get him down safely, but apparently he was okay. But yeah, a little Christmas cheer.
I thought you were going to go the other way. I thought you were going to say Santa died on those power lines.
KF chicken licking up there.
Still, like, imagine if you're a little kid and you see that.
Yeah. Santa.
Santa. You run up and grab the parachute. Die.
His last delivery.
Stupid.
Was that it for that one?
Yeah, that's it.
So this one, I know, like, early on in the show, we talked about, like, different, like, reoccurring dreams we have. But, like, there's, like, a lot of dreams that, you know, kind of dreams that people have repeatedly. So, like, the psychiatric community, like, kind of came up with this thing, like, you know, these kind of dreams actually mean this. And so I kind of went and found some of those, and let's see what you guys think about these. So, number 1, dreams about falling. Dreams about falling from great heights are very common. While there is popular myth that if you hit the ground in your dream, you will die in real life, it simply isn't true. Well, thanks for telling us that. So what exactly could dreams about falling really mean? According to many popular dream interpretations and at least one study, falling dreams are a sign that something in your life isn't going well. It might suggest that you need to rethink a choice or consider a new direction in some areas of your life.
That sounds like vague, like fortune telling.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like, oh yeah, something in my life isn't going right.
Something's wrong in your life.
Number 2, dreams about being naked in public. I don't think I've ever had a naked in public dream.
Oh, wow.
I know a lot of people say they have. In fact,
School.
your sister was talking about it.
Yeah.
But
School, too. When I was a kid, I used to dream about going to school naked. Like a nightmare.
I think I had like a series where I went to like the grocery store in my underwear, and then like at a later point in time, like my brain was like, that wasn't real, was it? Like I wasn't like drinking and going out my underwear or something.
but anyway, dreams about being naked in public. Have you ever had one of those awkward dreams where you show up at school or the office in your birthday suit? Don't worry, dreaming about being naked is hardly unusual. Penny Pierce, author of the Dream Dictionary for Dummies, suggests that dreaming of public nudity might indicate that you feel like a phony or that you're afraid of revealing your imperfections and shortcomings.
Or you're afraid of being naked in front of people.
You're a kid. You're afraid you forgot your clothes.
Number 3, dreams about being chased. I've definitely had these. Yeah. Dreams that feature being pursued by a known or unknown attacker can be particularly terrifying. These types of dreams are very common. But what do these dreams say about what's going on inside your mind? Dream interpreters often suggest that such dreams mean that you are trying to avoid something in your daily life. Tony Crisp, author of Dream Dictionary, suggests that being chased in a dream might indicate a desire to escape from your own fears or desires. The key to understanding what such a dream might mean depends partly on the identity of your pursuer. Being chased by an animal might indicate that you are hiding from your own anger, passions, or other feelings. If your pursuer is a mysterious unknown figure, it might represent a childhood experience or past trauma. If you are being chased by someone of the opposite sex, Crisp suggests that it means that you are afraid of love or haunted by a past relationship. I don't think I've ever been like hunted by a woman in my dreams. Have you guys?
No.
I don't think so. I know after I watched It Follows, like I had a couple creepers fucking just walking after me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dreams about losing teeth.
Oh, I've had those.
Penny Pierce, author of Dream Dictionary for Dummies, suggests that dreaming about losing teeth can have multiple meanings. It might mean that you are worried about your attractiveness or appearance. It might also indicate that you are concerned about your ability to communicate or concerned that you might have said something embarrassing. The real essence of teeth is their ability to bite through, to cut, tear, and grind, she explains. If your teeth fall out, you lose personal power and your ability to be assertive, decisive, or self-protective. Yeah, some of these I'm like, it just seems like someone making like I don't know how much.
To me, I just feel like it's like a fear. Like a lot of your fears just come out.
Yeah, like you could definitely see why someone would be afraid of getting their teeth knocked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Dreams about dying. Death is another common subject of dreams and one that can be particularly disconcerting. Dreamers sometimes dream of the death of a loved one or even dream of dying themselves. Popular dream interpretations sometimes suggest that such dreams reflect anxiety about change or fear of the unknown. Like death, change can be scary because also like death, we do not know what is on the other side of the change, which is why the dreaming mind equates change with death. Okay.
I've never had a death dream.
I have
I've
on
had
occasion.
Violence. And I've definitely like killed other people in my dreams. But
I've had a lot of dreams where I like get the shit beaten out of me too. You ever have those?
I don't
Had
think
that in
so.
real life.
Yeah, you had that in real life.
I've had dreams where I've died though.
Really?
Like I don't completely die because you wake up right then. But
Oh, actually, speaking of reoccurring dreams, there is one that I've had a lot, and it's fucking weird. So like, for some reason, like I'm over in Russia, and like I do something that like offends them, so like they like lock me up, but then as my punishment, they take me out in front of the public. They rip off my shirt. They whip me like several times, like my back's all bleeding and shit. And then I'm not kidding. Vladimir Putin himself takes this
The royal honors.
takes this piece of metal that has like the hammer and scythe on it,
Right.
and he heats it up and he brands my chest with it.
Damn.
And I've had this dream more than once. It's crazy.
Dang, you don't like Vladimir Putin.
Oh, now these kind of dreams I've had a lot. Dreams about taking a test. According to Craig Hamilton Parker, author of The Hidden Meaning of Dreams, taking an exam, your dreams might reveal an underlying fear of failure. Studies have also found that dreams of this nature are common. Examinations are stressful experiences in which you are made to face up to your shortcomings, he writes. To dream of failing an exam, being late for one, or being unprepared shows that you feel unprepared for the challenges of waking life. But yeah, I definitely have had a lot of those where I'm either late, forgot to study, all that kind of stuff.
Usually mine are I'm trying to get there on time, and I can just never get there.
Yeah.
Those are usually the ones I have.
Yeah, I've had those a lot. I also have like this one where at the beginning of the semester, there's a class, and I like go there once, but then like for some reason I just forget I have that class, and then like of course at the end of the semester I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not going to graduate. I forgot this class.
I have that dream too. I have that now still.
Yeah, I do too, and it's like that's what sucks is like I've been out of school for so long, and I'm still haunted by these fucking anxiety dreams.
I still have army anxiety dreams.
Like mine are exactly like yours. I'll have 4 classes, and I'll be like, I haven't gone to a single class all semester. I think there's only 2 weeks left.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like our brains hate us. Number 7, dreams about infidelity. Dreaming that your spouse or romantic partner is cheating on you with someone else can be incredibly distressing. In some cases, people even start to wonder if the dream might really be true. Does dreaming that your partner is unfaithful mean that it might happen or that it's already happening? While in some cases such dreams might be the reflection of waking fears of such infidelity, Trish and Rob McGregor, the authors of the Complete Dream Dictionary, Bedside Guide to Knowing What Your Dreams Mean, believe that such dreams probably don't mean that your spouse is cheating or will cheat. This is another what-if dream. You are testing the limits of reality, they suggest. Eve Adamson and Gail Williamson, author of the Complete Idiot's Guide to Dream Dictionary, posit that such dreams about infidelity indicate issues with trust, loyalty, and communication in relationship. If you or your partner cheated in your dream, one of you isn't getting what you need from the relationship right now. Yeah, I would think it would just be like you don't trust who you're with.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever, when you were in relationships, have dreams like that?
No.
I've never had one.
No.
Number 8, dreams about flying. Dreams about flying are experienced by many. They can be exciting and even liberating, but they can sometimes be quite frightening, especially for those afraid of heights. According to Tony Crisp, author of Dream Dictionary, dreams about flying often represent 2 very different sides. On the one hand, such dreams can represent feelings of freedom and independence. On the other hand, they can also indicate a desire to flee or escape from the realities of life. Flying alone occurs most frequently, he writes, showing the independent aspect of flying, but because it often involves positive feelings of pleasure, flying may depict our sexuality, especially aspects of it expressing freedom from social norms and restraints. Oh, so if you're really kinky, you might have flying dreams.
No, I've had a lot of flying dreams. It's usually like when I become conscious that I'm dreaming, I gain the ability to fly around.
Man, I've tried to lucid dream, but it's very hard.
I can't. I never have.
I bet you guys have had these. I think is the last one. Dreams about pregnancy.
I thought it was going to be about gay sex or something. Oh, I had a friend.
I thought you were just going to say, I had a dream about
by
gay
the
sex.
way.
No, I had a friend, and he said he had a dream of his best friend giving him a blowjob, and he said he was just horrified for weeks after that.
Oh man, that's rough. A beard scraping against you.
Dream interpreters often suggest that dreams about pregnancy represent everything from creativity to fear. David Loth, author of Dream Dictionary, believes that pregnancy dreams might sometimes represent a woman's fears of being an inadequate mother. Author Tony Crisp, on the other hand, suggests that such dreams indicate that the dreamer is developing some area of potential or deepening a relationship. Dream interpreter Russell Grant writes that these dreams presage difficult times. So yeah, that's all of them. I wonder if any guys have had dreams of pregnancy yet.
I think it'd be cool to have a pregnancy dream.
Then you got to dream about getting pregnant too.
Yeah, I don't think you have to dream about the
Boy, you're just
conception part.
I need a storyline.
It's like that movie Junior.
Yeah.
The science put it there.
I'm surprised they didn't mention snakes. Those are so common.
I know, yeah, that's another comment. I have nightmares about snakes frequently.
Yeah, I've had multiple.
I'm sure I have, yeah.
All right, but that was it. So, AJ, I'll hand it back to you.
All right. So we talked about this, I think maybe last week, I'm not sure, but there was a whirlwind romance between this Kazakh, I think he's a wrestler?
Oh, right, yeah. There was like a
bodybuilder.
bodybuilder or something.
And his sex doll wife.
Yeah, they got married.
They got married. They tied the knot. They had a great relationship. They traveled.
They had a great relationship.
Yep. Well, here's the update on that. Man's romance with sex doll hits bump. Remember the story of the man in Kazakhstan who married a rubber doll? Well, like many unions, the fun didn't last long. Yuri Tolochko, a bodybuilder who has become insta-famous on Instagram, says Margot is broken. According to the Daily Star, we wrote about their relationship previously. The man and the doll were married for 8 months together. Things went downhill from there. She is broken. Now she's being repaired. She's in another city. When she recovers, it'll be a gift for both of us. He describes himself as a sexy maniac, and he claims he met Margot at a nightclub.
I love that he's trying to have it repaired instead of getting a new one.
He's married to her, man. You can't give up on a relationship like that.
Like that English show, The Repair Shop.
There's a big rubber sex.
That's an episode I would actually watch.
Also, this guy must have really been going at that doll to break it, because it's a rubber sex doll. Those are made to, like, take a beating.
Well, I mean, they've been together for a while, so yeah.
I want to see the repair shop in 70 years when these things are like really like vintage sex dolls.
I haven't seen one of these in 48 years.
Oh my God, is that you?
Come over here. When I get past this layer of crusty cum, I see some writing on here.
Oh man, I feel bad for the guy repairing that doll.
I like to think if he's like a mechanic and he's like, oh yeah, I see all this.
It's the whole time.
The O-rings out.
Yeah, booty O-ring.
But yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So another callback. I think this was last week. We were talking about the son who was suing his parents for destroying his porn collection.
Oh yeah.
So the update is he's won the first phase of this suit, and now there's just the portion where they decide how much the parents owe him. So his estimate was that the porn stash was worth $25,000, but his lawyer is trying to get $75,000 on the grounds that it's irreplaceable items and property.
Oh my gosh, it's porn. How is it irreplaceable?
It's like, well, it was like vintage or something. You can't get it anymore. That's the argument.
They should have to pay him back in new porn, not money.
Just get him one subscription to like Pornhub or something. He's set.
Me and your dad.com.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Jerk off to this.
Just give him a live show there in this room. But that is messed up, trying to like fleece your parents for every dime.
Yeah.
You live with them, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound, there's something unhealthy in that relationship.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get that I think he might be paying rent or something.
Yeah, it sounds like he's probably paying rent.
Yeah, but still, man. You can't.
So, yeah, maybe someday we'll have an update on how much he gets out of it.
Guy's a jerk, man. I don't like him.
So this is just a real quick, stupid story. Farm fire caused by pedometer eating pigs. Firefighters in Britain said crews responding to a fire at a farm discovered the flames were caused by pigs eating a pedometer. The North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service said crews from Tadcaster and Knaresborough responded Saturday to reports of a fire on a farm near Bramham. Firefighters were able to extinguish the flames that had spread to 4 pig pens without any injuries reported to humans or animals. An investigation of the blaze found a pedometer that had been attached to a pig to prove that it is free range and not had been eaten by other pigs. The firefighter said the pieces passed through the animal's digestive systems, and when they came out the other side, copper from the batteries reacted with the animal waste and caused the fire to ignite. So, like, first, I never knew they would do that. Yeah, apparently they put a pedometer on the pig just to prove that they were free range, and they...
Right, so that's part of an inspection or something.
Yeah, something like that. But apparently one fell off and another pig ate it, and then, yeah, basically the copper from the battery, like, reacted with his shit and caused a fire.
So feeding batteries to pigs... You get spontaneous combustion.
I guess
later on.
I guess.
Now,
so.
who was the fucking detective? Who was the fucking together? Sherlock Holmes who's like pieces together?
I've seen this a million times.
He's like, elementary, Watson. There was copper in that shit.
That is true. Like, it had to be.
Well, it must have been on fire, the pedometer, right? So they saw
I guess it would, but they would have been together. Yeah, they found pieces of the pedometer.
I guess.
But damn. More power to that pig for eating a pedometer.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like what, a pig died and the other ones ate him or something.
Oh, is that what happened?
That's not how I read it. No, I think
the pedometer fell off.
Yeah, I just think the pedometer fell off one of the pigs, and the other one found it and ate it.
Okay.
But pigs will eat anything.
Pigs will eat pigs, yeah.
Yeah. They'll eat people, too.
Yeah, there was like that famous serial killer that was feeding the bodies to pigs. But yeah, that's just a small, stupid story. I'll hand it back to you, AJ.
All right. This one's for our number one fan. She's been requesting this, so I said, fine, we'll cover one of these for her. So let's see what you think. Whispers Estate in Indiana is for sale for $130,000. So this is like a Victorian age, like I think 1890s, like mansion.
Whispers.
Yeah.
That's a Hallmark movie.
Well, it's 3,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, original hardwood floors. I mean, it's a masterpiece, except that it's like over 100 years old. But besides that, they say it's in good condition and everything. But it's in bumfuck Indiana. Like, nobody lives there, but it's like 2 hours away from Indianapolis. But so I wanted to ask you guys, first, would you buy this house? Is that something you'd consider, like a kind of creepy old... So what the history of this house is that it was a house and a medical practice.
Okay.
So the doctor, he lost several patients there. He died himself in that house in the master bedroom from pneumonia. And there's been reports of like hearing, coughing and wheezing in that bedroom, and kids died there, so they hear kids playing and they smell baby powder, stuff like that. People in the house. So, yeah, I mean, would you buy that house?
So my thing is, if like the idea of it being haunted lowered the retail value, so I thought that it was cheaper than other value houses of the same type, I'd be like, oh, this is a good deal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'd take that chance, I think.
Yeah, I'd be like, sweet.
Yeah, same. I don't believe in ghosts, so like if I can get like a good house for a good price because people are afraid to buy it or whatever, yeah, I would do it.
Yeah. And one more question. So I asked Roman this too. That's my sister. Would you spend the night in an abandoned hospital? And now I'm talking about a creepy old, like run-down, rusty everything hospital, maybe an insane asylum, for $500 for one night?
I mean, am I sure there's not a bunch of like homeless people already living there?
There's no homeless people.
It's not like a crack house.
No.
Is it filled with like rats and snakes and shit?
No, it's just abandoned. Maybe like bugs or something.
Do I at least get like a decent bed?
No, you don't get shit. You get how it is.
$500 to sleep on like old linoleum.
You can stay up. You can just stay on your phone or whatever. But the lights won't be on because it's abandoned.
Yeah, I would do it for $500. Sure.
I would do it too.
Depends how hard up I was.
I wouldn't. I'd do it Anytime. I would do that as a job. $500 a day. Okay, sure. But yeah, that's my topic.
Yeah, just in general, like I've never believed in ghosts, and like anytime I've heard somebody in my life like tell a story that they saw a ghost, it was always somebody that I'm like, yeah, this person's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, one of the floors in our building is supposed to have a ghost in my building. My work as
Is there a 13th floor?
No, it's the 5th floor, and it's all like computer servers. And one of the ladies told me she saw a ghost in there before, and like it's a known thing, I guess.
People who say they saw ghosts are the biggest liars. They're disrespecting you by saying that.
Well, it's like in their own brain they think they saw something, but yeah. I remember like there was this woman in our trailer court that said she saw a ghost, but she was like, a druggy, like alcoholic, crazy woman. It's like, yeah, sure. I bet you did see a ghost. I bet you saw a lot of shit.
Yeah. Do you remember that money you owe me?
All right, I guess we'll pass it on to you.
Well, we haven't talked about like the big story. There's this dude who rolls up in Nashville in like a motorhome and freaking sets off the bomb.
Yeah, blew it up. I heard about that just now.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it though.
So basically, like, he'd had some like suicidal like behaviors that he was showing. Like he gave away some cars, and I think property and some stuff, and he made some weird comments to people. But yeah, he rolls into, I think it was Nashville, and he pulls up and he parks like next to, I think I want to say it's like AT&T. It's somewhere where they got a bunch of like internet lines and phone lines and shit. But on TMZ, I saw this video. Like a couple cops walked past while the van while the motorhome was like parked there, and they had their body cam on or whatever, and they're talking. But there's like some weird like speaker or something in the van saying, "Don't come near this vehicle," blah blah blah, whatever. So it was weird and suspicious. But like they just walked past, and one of them was like, "Man, that's weird. That's like in a horror movie or something." And one of them was like, "Yeah, it'd be a good place to put a bomb." Oh, like one of he said that, and like they kept walking like a few blocks away or whatever. There's a big explosion, so they walked right past it.
They lived,
but yeah, I guess I don't think anyone died except for him.
Okay.
Like a few people were injured, but it seemed like he was kind of taking he was trying to make sure nobody got hurt. It kind of felt away, he was on a suicide mission.
Why'd he go in that area?
So apparently, like some people are speculating that he was like he had like one of these 5G paranoia people, because it seemed like he very strategically chose where he was gonna go and do this, and I guess it knocked out like communications for like a few states or something. It was a pretty key area, so he definitely had some effect there.
Oh, so at first I was like, if this guy was trying not to hurt someone, why'd he go out with a bomb? But okay, so he was actually targeting like
it seemed like he was specifically targeting that. Yeah.
Where did all this conspiracy theory over 5G come from?
I don't know. Why would the 5G be any worse than 4G? I don't know. I have no idea.
Have you heard the coronavirus one, where they think that it causes coronavirus?
I did hear that once, and I'm like, what are people talking about?
People are wild, man.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I think, like I was listening, I want to say it was to Neil deGrasse Tyson, where he's talking about how the internet has become just like this, like it feeds you what you want to hear. And so you'll like Google, how is 5G killing us? And then, you get like 20 pages and you're like, oh, I get it now. Yeah. I'm onto it. I'm in the know.
Yeah. Somebody stupid tells you and then you look it up and then boom.
Yeah. So you getting all this. But he was, he had to have been suicidal and just kind of out of it. But
they should check his Facebook history, see what he was reading on there.
Yeah, I don't know. They said he didn't have much of a history. They said he was arrested once, maybe in like the 60s or 70s for pot possession. Like he didn't really have a history.
Yeah, just suicidal.
Man, I saw one of those episodes of Joe Rogan where he had Alex Jones on.
Yeah.
And I think Alex Jones like legitimately has some sort of OCD brain disorder because he was saying that he reads something like, hundreds of articles a day.
Listening to him talk, I believe it.
Yeah, he definitely like has some sort of, mental like, thing where, but it's like, does he believe every story he's reading? Like, how does he sift through his mind and determine
that's
what
the
he
thing
believes
is
and what he
like,
doesn't?
Picks and chooses whatever fits his argument.
Yeah, it's a weird cipher. Because, I mean, sometimes I do hear him say things, and I'm like, this sounds not too crazy. But then, like, he turns it around and, like, he just says something completely fucking crazy. And you're like, well, that one sounds crazy. It's hard to figure out what's going on here.
I almost think that's why a lot of his supporters buy into this thing, because occasionally he will report on something that's true. And then I think it's almost like, he's the broken clock that's right twice a day, but then people think he's right about, all the other shit.
Well, the thing is, because he talks like he can talk on like a million subjects.
Yeah.
And he'll have details about those subjects that are like crazy. You're like, this guy has to be doing a shitload of research.
Yeah, he'll speak authoritatively, and I think that's another reason people kind of, follow him. But it's all, weird bullshit that he's buying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, even when it comes to a lot of conspiracy stuff, I have a lot of trouble ciphering out what's true and what's not.
It's funny. I did see, like you were talking, I saw some quick side story about that explosion, but I never got the details.
Yeah, surprised I hadn't really heard about it. I just happened to pick it up today in one of the feeds, but nobody had really said anything to me about it. But that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
It looked like a big explosion too. So.
Well, I'm pretty light on topics this week. I got one left, and it's just basically just another guy that's in the running for asshole of the week.
Mitch McConnell.
Oh, wow. He would actually probably
the winner.
Employee of the month.
He might be asshole
52 months in a row.
Wisconsin dentist accused of breaking teeth in fraud scheme. A Wisconsin dentist is accused of damaging his patient's teeth so that he could bill insurance companies for crown procedures. Scott Charmoli, 60, of Grafton, was charged Tuesday in federal court with 8 counts of healthcare fraud and 2 counts of false statements. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Charmoli is accused of falsely telling patients that they need crowns and then using his drill to break off parts of their teeth during the procedure. Charmoli submitted x-rays and photographs of the chipped teeth to insurance companies to obtain coverage for the crowns, the indictment said. Authorities say Charmoli performed more than $2 million worth of crown procedures between January 2018 and August 2019. Charmoli's attorney, Nyla Robinson, did not immediately respond to an email message left Thursday by the Associated Press. The arraignment and plea hearing are scheduled for December 30th. But, so if you think about it, so January 2018 through August 2019, he did more than $2 million worth of crown procedures.
He's like a mechanic, man.
Yeah, there's an incentive there, so somebody's going to take advantage of it.
How'd they catch him then?
That part that it didn't get into. I imagine he had to have some patients that were suspicious.
There's that, but also insurance companies are pretty savvy. They're like, why does this guy have like a much higher percentage?
Yeah,
that's probably it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they probably had to see that and be like, whoa, this guy's like 400% higher crown procedures than everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all. AJ, I'll send it back to you.
All right, I think this is my last topic. This one's kind of lighthearted. So people were talking about the worst Christmas presents they've ever gotten. And one guy said that when he was a kid, he shook up this box. And when he opened it up, it was a dead hamster.
Oh, jeez.
Well, then you have to be like feeling all terrible. Like, did you kill it?
Yeah, that sucks.
But who would wrap a hamster?
Yeah. I see those TikTok videos where people will like put a dog in a box. And even then, they do it for like a few seconds. They're like, open it quickly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, dead hamster, and then one person got from their grandfather a broken mirror so they wouldn't get bad luck. Another person, let me see here. Oh, he got
pre-broken for it.
yeah, no bad luck. You can't break it anymore.
It's like, you cheap son of a bitch.
One guy said his dad gave him actual poop for Christmas and thought it was funny. A grandparent wrote a letter saying, or in a card saying that maybe next year you'll make us proud.
Jeez.
And the last one is a young man opened a red and white gift bag to find a candle inside. A label on the candle said PS5 candle, smells like you're not getting one. That's messed up.
That's clever, at least.
But yeah, those are just
Man,
bad
I saw
presents.
one of those fucked up videos where like the parents give their kids like a PS5 and they open the box and there's a bunch of garbage in there.
Oh,
And then like at the bottom is their report card. And you're like, oh,
that's messed
that's
up.
awful.
You can't do that
That kid
to
is
a
scarred
kid.
for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Thought he got a PS5.
Well, that's it for me, man.
Remember when we, at your house, when we did that white Santa or white elephant or whatever
Yeah,
that's called?
I don't
Why
remember
not?
very much.
Like,
We did do that once, yeah.
I got like a PlayStation box or something and put like batteries in it. But everybody knew it wasn't a PlayStation.
Hey, before we sign off, didn't you say you had an update on that Rocketeer guy that we've talked about a couple times?
Yeah, I do. I forgot about that. Let me see. It's in my notes.
Because for people that maybe haven't tuned into prior episodes, like I remember I reported on it first. Like they outside Los Angeles, an airplane saw this guy, with what looked like a rocket pack, and then he updated already once where like somebody else reported seeing this kind of same thing. So now there's another update.
Yep. The mystery of Jetpack Guy in Los Angeles deepens. Straight out of the future, perhaps has come Jetpack Guy. A man in Los Angeles is catching the eye of pilots because he's apparently flying around near Los Angeles International Airport. The FAA and FBI are already reportedly looking into the man, and video has emerged him. Oh my God, I can't read. Hold on. Reportedly looking at the man, and let me see. Video has emerged of him in action. Footage from either Reddit or YouTube posted by thedrive.com shows an interaction between people at the Sling Pilot Academy near Palos Verdes. One of the pilots who saw the jetpack man told the War Zone that they were doing their usual practice when they noticed a man in a jetpack flying at them in the opposite direction, roughly 3,000 feet away. 3,000 feet in the air. The man passed their aircraft and kept going. There was no communication, and no report was filed. But the evidence is there via video. Nobody is sure why or what was involved. The FAA has not received any recent reports from pilots who believe they have seen someone in a jetpack in the skies around Los Angeles. So just this flight training school right now. The FAA has taken sightings reports seriously and is working with the FBI to investigate them. However, the FAA has been unable to validate the reports. I mean, but there's video, so I feel like you could now.
Yeah, once you got your video, but...
Yeah, they got to find this guy eventually.
He's just toying with people now.
Yeah.
I'm just really curious, like, what this jetpack looks like and what's making it run,
Yeah. This guy's going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, if he doesn't die.
Yeah. He's got some good advertising going on, though. He's at the airport getting seen by planes, thousands of feet in the air.
He's probably got like $1 million of what is that, FAA fines.
Probably.
Oh, that's true. They would go after him, wouldn't they? Well, I hope that jetpack sells, man.
You're going to jail.
I would.
Suckers.
I mean, the price has got to be astronomical for this jetpack because everybody would want one.
Yeah, you got to figure this guy.
I'd be scared shitless.
This guy has to have some money because if he made an operational jetpack, I mean, he has to have some access to.
There are some businesses with like prototypes and stuff out there, so maybe you're right. Maybe he's one of these millionaires.
Yeah, I got to think he's got to have.
Maybe he thinks he's Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Elon Musk.
Fucking kids.
He's going to be like, I'm the Rocketeer.
I am different.
The Bond villainy continues.
But the balls on this guy to take a jetpack up to 3,000 feet in the air. I can't go like 20 feet in the air.
I wonder how fast it accelerates.
Yeah.
It must go fast.
Man.
Because didn't one article we read say he got to like 6,000 or 10,000 feet or something?
I don't remember what it was, but I remember thinking it was crazy that he got up that high.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, the adventure of the Rocketeer continues. How will it end? Stay tuned next week.
Blah.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Take care, guys.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Got to do all the rigmarole.
Trying to get out of this bitch.
So, big thanks to everybody who made it this far. Make sure to like, subscribe. Please give us a comment. We definitely don't get enough comments. Positive review. And, guys, where can everybody find you on the Twitter?
I'm at a name for this, too, and that's the number 2.
At unsolicited SUG.
And you can find me at Zach Jones Live. That's ZachJonesLive. And that will be all for our shenanigans of Poppycock this week. Make sure to tune in again next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll have more puppy cock for you.
Puppy cock.
Puppy cock.
That sounds bad.